Well, what is unresolved to you? What do you need answers for on Saturday that you don't already have answers for?
That's a great question. We're still, our scheme, we know what we want. I need to see them be able to adjust to the formations quicker and better. They're there, but they might be inside instead of outside leverage, different things like that. Linebackers might be still being in the B gap, might be slightly in the A gap, with different when it's playing fast or shifts in motions. So I feel like they have a good knowledge, really good knowledge of what we're doing. Because the reason I say that is they're asking great questions. It's not just like I'm talking and it's numb. It's not, I'm talking and then they make, what about this? What about that? What about that? So it shows me they're kind of going to the next level. And so just seeing that Saturday, and then keep improving on our tackling and our leverage. That's all part of it, knowing who's outside, who's inside, not to overrun a runner, worrying about running the sidelines. So looking for those details to get better. But I think the overall knowledge is very good. Now carrying it out play after play and being more exact is what I'm looking for.
Just how game ready is Jaheim, and how does his return shake things up in the deep safety room?
Yeah.
We really haven't talked too much about that rotation and who's even
right.
older.
Jaheim, of course, will play for us. He's played the most football of anybody we have back there. And he's looked good out there. We've been limited with him to make sure we don't get a growing pull or getting back and getting in complete football shape. He came in shape, but we've been practicing running and cutting. And so every day he's in a little more. I've been impressed with him in the meeting room. He's able to, if I say something's blue and he goes, oh, we called that this before. He can kind of correlate it. And that's the way it used to be in the NFL when you bring a guy in. So he's been good at that. So he will definitely be playing for us in the rotation, and just seems how good a shape he gets in before we get going.
You mentioned tackling. How much do you do that? How much live tackling do you do?
Great question. We don't do a ton of live tackling. We do a lot of thudding. And our thud is, the first guy there he is thudding the guy. I mean, he is hitting him and wrapping him up and letting him go. We're not having like huge piles to roll into people. So that's a key factor. We tell them no thud, no play. If they don't thud, we take them out. But they right then and there. Because they have to. If we can't tackle, it's like a basketball team. If you run a great play and the guy misses a layup, he gets a three-pointer and he bricks it. The other, and they go to the foul line, they miss them. Everybody on the other team going, we're going to kill this team. If we can't tackle well, we are not going to be good on defense. We do a ton of tackling drills every day. We got some interesting things out there. I call it the jacks. I got it from rugby. And it really teaches you to tackle low, and you have to wrap, you have to drive your feet, and you have to roll to the ground. Because now you want them to be able to hang on and roll to the ground. When you haven't gone to the ground enough, so we go to the ground every single day. Even in spiders, we'll go to the ground because it's a padded dummy. Because in rugby, they don't wear any pads. And this is from a rugby deal. It's really padded. So it teaches them all the things that we can do to help us be the best tackling group we do. And then we do a lot of closing on the ball to understand closing on the correct hip over and over in space in drills. And hopefully I'm seeing it carrying over more and more into our live thud sessions. And then even when we go tag, they have to tag correctly. It's not just tag. They have to be in the football position and down. So we really harp on that. So we're doing everything we can. The guys are buying into it. They actually get mad at each other if the guys don't do it right, which is what you want to happen, not just the coaches doing it.
Coach Shepard said that if you was to name one player who made the most progress from spring to now, it might be Wheaton.
Yeah.
What's your impression of what are you seeing as well?
Yeah, Kai Wheaton's a really good football player. What I like about Kai, with the young guy, the beginning of spring and then in the spring game, he played really well. He doesn't, my old word is he doesn't blink. It doesn't faze him. He might get beat on something. He comes back and just plays. He'll come off and hit somebody, make a tackle. He misses a tackle, he'll get up and make another tackle. He does not blink. He comes from a great program in Allen, Texas. Football is extremely important. He's played in front of big crowds, big games. He has a family heritage in football. So I really like his mental toughness, and he's big, long corner. Of course, he's young. He's still learning on all the different things, but he's played a lot of football. Every year they played 16 games, I think, every single year. And their weight program and all the stuff they have there is amazing. So I'm excited about what Kai can do.
Just how many guys are still fending off for that third corner spot? Like if Glasper and Cy and TJ are just from an experience standpoint, most action. Who's in that next group? And is
Yeah,
Kai in that next group?
we're still in that process of knowing. And early in the season, you're going to have to play more than just 2 or 3 corners. So we'll be rotating guys out there and going. I don't have an exact name on that right now. But Kai's a guy that has improved, and we have other guys there that are working hard at it. We'll see as this next scrimmage happens and the next week of practice goes, and then we'll kind of be able to formulate exactly what we're thinking with injuries and everything else.
How many guys are you thinking of rotating through that defensive backfield in particular? I know injuries will happen and will occur.
Well, early in the season, the games that we'll be playing, you're going to have to rotate them through because they're also going to play special teams. And so we've got guys behind. We have some guys that can play double spots. So we'll see how it arrives. And during the game, it changes sometimes. A guy might get nicked up. A guy might get, with our world, you get put out with targeting in the secondary. It happens more to the secondary guys than anybody. We will plan on going with 8 or 9 guys that can play. Because they'll be playing special teams and doing all the different things is what we hope to do. And then as the season goes, you get nicked up, so you better keep repping them and having guys ready.
What's the difference in Jabari to go from the level that he was at and being productive at that level to not just being here, but being potentially in position to start for you guys?
Yeah.
That's a leap. That's a big leap.
Well, the number one thing, he has all the dimensions if you drew out a linebacker. He's 6'2", he's 230 something. He's strong, he's powerful, he's flexible, he's very bright. He's played a lot of football, so he sees it. He can really see it. I've always thought you can't teach a linebacker or a running back. You always sit up there in stands and go, how did that guy see that cut? How did that linebacker see that guy go there? They just have that innate ability. He has that. He can really run. So number one, he has all the attributes as a Division I Group of 5, Power 5 linebacker. The other side of it, he's really tough. He's really tough. And you don't know that till you get out there and see him hit and see him go live some. And he's been really tough. So I'm really been really proud of what he does, and he's going to be a big factor for us.
Where does his coverage skills rank in that room?
Good. I would say his coverage skills are near the top of it. He can really flip his hips and run and break on the football. He's had some good picks and done some good things there. So he's been very. You walk out there, you go, that looks like a big-time linebacker, if you ask me, on the hoof.
Jarrel's put up some pretty big GPS numbers.
Yes.
And it helps to have speed off the edge.
Yeah. Jerel is a unique guy. He's going to be a really, really good player, and he will play for us this year. He's still kind of in process. He's only played 1 year of college football in junior college. So we got 4 more years with him now with this new rule, and hopefully we can keep him here all 4 years. That's what we want to do. And every day he makes another jump. Every day he makes a phenomenal athlete. So I think he will just get better and better and better. And he's shown that on a daily basis with us. Every day he sees something happen to him that's never happened to him before, and then the next day he's able to react to it. So I'm impressed with his athleticism and his ability and length, and I think he could be an excellent pass rusher as time goes along, after he learns how to do it better.
Talking about TJ Crandall, last year, a lost year for him with the injury. What do you see in him as he gets back on the field? Yeah,
TJ's been doing well. He's playing a lot better right now than he played all spring. So I think he kind of went into spring, not saying he wasn't ready, but he was trying to test out all the stuff. He hadn't played in a while. You come off an injury. I think this summer and everything gave him a lot of confidence and strength, and he's played really well this fall. So that was, to me, a really good feather in the cap for us. Because coming out of spring, I don't know if he was sure, I don't know if I was sure. And we talked about it. And then he has done really well this fall, really impressed with TJ, really excited about what I think he'll be able to do. So to me, he's made a big jump.
Do you keep track of, for a guy like Tavita, when production is just hard to come by at the zero? In the shade. So are there other things? I guess you guys are looking at tape, so all right, but do you categorize like plugging 2 gaps in a certain way, or like account for that in the back end when you guys are reviewing film, because it's just a very unglamorous position? Yeah,
exactly. No, if they can't penetrate the offensive line or hang in there on a 2-gap and not getting driven 4 yards back into the linebacker, you can't play defense. And those guys have done a good job this fall. Coach Hagen does an incredible job with them. He's been doing it a long time. He even have a couple of new drills and techniques that I haven't ever seen before that are excellent. And the kids are really buying into them and understanding them. And I've been really inspired with Vita and how he's played. He's really athletic, and we're trying to use his athleticism more and more.
Coach, do you when you talk about the ask good questions, do you have a couple of guys that are like gym rat type people that are always kind of by your elbow? Coach, what about this? What about that? Are there some guys that kind of example that?
Yeah, we're getting back. Drake Vickers is one that asks a lot of questions, but all our guys. He was kind of the first one, and now they're all chirping. And which is what you want. I mean, that's what you want. And then you'll say something, and they'll go, "Coach, are you sure?" You go, "Yeah, I didn't say that quite right. You're right." That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. And I tell them, if we can't communicate, we cannot play well on defense, and especially in the secondary. The offensive line and the secondary, those are the two hardest places to play on the team besides quarterback. Okay. Quarterback can win the game by reading the right coverage. A secondary can screw it up by busting 2 of them, and all of a sudden the quarterback finds it. And so there's such key factors. There's so much communication in the secondary with everything that everybody does nowadays. Back when I played, which I know was a long time ago, if the quarterback threw the ball across the middle and you lit up the receiver, they yelled at the quarterback. Now they yell at the DB. The game's completely changed in the factor of the passing game. So our communication and understanding how to do that and understanding our leverage and our coverage checks, you just can't play the one same coverage anymore and try to be any good. It's going to be a long day. But our kids are doing a good job of communicating.
Thanks, Coach.